Hello, everybody, and welcome to unMadeGaming. We are here for our fourth and final game of our 12-hour marathon. We have just hit our goal. We're at 251.55. I think that's what that number says. And we are ready to rock and roll into the Battle of the Bards. I have an all-star cast here. Bag of Snails is his first time on this channel. He volunteered like 3 or 4 times to come GM, and it just never worked out. So I was like, you know what, we got to get you on. He was actually supposed to do last month, but last month's show got all kinds of janked up with people canceling and bad internet issues. So we slid his over to the right, and we are now here for today's game, and it's going to be awesome. We've been excited for about a month of this game. It's all about rock and roll and some Battle of the Bards. So I'm excited. So let's jump in, introduce some familiar faces, and we'll start with a new one. We'll start with Bag of Snails. Bag, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And tell us about the Battle of the Bards.
Right. And just as a heads up real fast, you actually got a $20 donation while you were swapping stream.
What?
So you're at $271.55.
What? Who's donating money over here? Void Soul, thank you for that donation.
Now who's the pro streamer, Mike?
It's Bag of Snails. It's clearly the answer to that question, not me.
I'm Bag of Snails. You can find me at Bag of Snails on Twitch, or at Bag O Snails on Twitch, or Bag of Snails on Twitter. And I DM for a couple of different games on my channel, and I also help out over on the Phantom Roll booth. And I'm super excited to be here.
Nice. I love the guys over at the Phantom Roll booth. They are two of my favorite people. They've been on the show. They were on the show 2 weeks ago or so, and spoilers, they're coming back next year. So let's jump over to Amanda. Amanda, you've been on the show a few times, so who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And who are you playing today?
Hey, I'm Amanda. Amanda Giddens on the Twitters, and pretty much everywhere else almost. I'm playing a Kobold Bard today, so should be interesting. Take it easy on me because it's like my second game of D&D, so.
Sweet. And I fixed your name, so it's not I can spell. Let's jump over to Ryan. Who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And who are you playing today?
Yeah, I'm Ryan aka Rydom. You guys can find me at Rydom80 at Twitter. I was here every Thursday with Havoc in the Hinterlands, but that came to an end, so we shall see what comes next with that. And yeah, tonight I am playing a Bugbear Bard. That's a mouthful to say, actually, without stumbling on that.
So would the Bugbear be? Speaking of being a mouthful, Mike, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And who are you playing today?
I've never been accused of that. So I'm Mike, the Anonymous Rhino. Find me on Twitter at BaloneySlap. Don't worry about the name if it doesn't look right week to week. I change it often. I am playing Three Trees. I am a Tabaxi. I want to play Khajiit, but that doesn't exist yet. So I'm a Tabaxi bassist for this band of ours. I just made that up right now that I'm a bassist. So
I like that your Three Trees is my favorite part. Yeah, and I am playing a Minotaur Bard who will be named shortly. So yeah, let's jump in here. Well, first, guys, we did hit our goal, but please still feel free and encouraged to donate. This all goes to charity. This is a charity for kids, for toys, games, fun stuff, research, and equipment in hospitals where kids have extended stays. We have one locally here that I support. You guys can support whichever ones you guys want. So throw that donation money at us. We'll send it to those kids, and with that, we'll jump in and hand things over to Bag of Snails. So take us away to the Battle of the Bards.
Okay. Well, we're not at the Battle of the Bards yet.
Damn it.
We are outside of Waterdeep. A light misting of rain is coming down, and the evening is coming into full view as the sun begins to set over the horizon. You have been traveling now for 3 days to get here. Your manager, Mr. Sykes, and very excitable gnome told you about this incredible opportunity, a Battle of the Bards, where the greatest talents, bardic talents in all of the Sword Coast are going to come and collide, and the winners will get to play for the Open Lord of Waterdeep, a massive concert that promises fame, fortune, and glory for those who can attain it. Your group has been traveling for some time together. You've been struggling to be heard due to your monstrous nature, and have somewhat kind of fallen into the role of quasi-adventurers, needing to solve problems for various peoples just out of sheer necessity, in order to get your gigs and concerts done. Turns out that when a Minotaur, a Tabaxi, a Bugbear, and a Kobold walk into town, people tend to reach for their swords rather than their money. So, but Waterdeep, you've been promised, is far more accepting than other places in the Sword Coast. You are standing in a large group of people, farmers and other various people who are trying to get through the gates, but they are locked shut with a series of guards stationed in front of them, kind of keeping people back. You hear through the grapevine that the latest game of Griffin Ball, a new and upcoming sport played in the skies, was a smashing success for Waterdeep, with the Waterdavian Warriors defeating the Neverwinter Knights like in a complete shutout. So the city is rioting, just in pure joy. They're so happy they're destroying their own stuff. And if you don't think that's a thing that's happened, you've never seen soccer fans. So you've basically been shut out of the city, and you need to find a way inside because you have 6 hours until the battle takes place.
Okay, so our main objective is to get in, get to the venue, and melt their faces with our sweet love music.
Exactly.
Yeah. Are we a bunch of harmonica players? Could that be our thing?
So I came up with my name, and it's both fitting of my tribal Minotaur ways and the instrument I play. I'm Chief Thunderskins, and I play the drums. So, yeah. It's gonna be dope.
All right, then.
So you can play 4 harmonica players. Well, 2 harmonica players, a bassist, and a drummer. So it's the most metal harmonicas ever.
Oh, yeah.
And
because,
I should remind you all that you are a rock and roll band,
Yeah.
as you like to be referred to as, and you play metal.
Yeah.
You are straight up a metal rock and roll band.
Yeah.
Tabaxi, or wow, Three Trees actually plays. I put it in here, a bass lute. So it's a lute.
Yeah.
Because for him, it's big, so he plays it like an upright bass.
Yeah.
so that's going to be interesting because I was a bugbear that did drums, wind instruments, and vocals.
So you
once.
are the harmonica then. That's a wind instrument. So we're like Blues Traveler. We're the metal version of Blues Traveler. So Thunish is our fucking vocalist, and he's got the harmonica thing from Blues Traveler.
Wow.
Perfect.
Oh no, that's great.
I'll just wear one of those the hats.
That's so awesome.
Little trilbies.
The spinny propeller.
Oh, that's a beanie.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. Canadian words.
Yeah, you guys call them toques.
Toques.
So weird.
They call them toques.
Toques.
So weird. So just so we know, what does Tess play?
Tess plays drum, dulcimer, and viol, and pan flute.
You can hit
Dulcimer.
those high notes for us.
I was gonna say dulcimer sounds like a guitar, right? Oh, you are a guitarist. You're a dulcimer guitarist. You sit down and play it like long ways.
It's like that. It's almost like a lap guitar kind of.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're totally our guitarist.
Yep.
And viol's
You
kind of like
shred
a
that dulcimer.
Yeah. That's
You make it
awesome.
cry.
That's awesome. All I can think of is that scene from what is it, Step Brothers, when they're boats and hose. He's playing the drums. Perfect. So we're stuck outside. There's a crowd of people rioting, and I assume guards are barring our entry.
Yes, they are barring everyone's entry. And anytime somebody tries to bribe them with money, they just kind of shove them away and say, "No one's to enter the city until we get the all clear from the captain."
How tall are these walls?
These are the walls to Waterdeep, so they are quite tall. We're talking like 60 plus feet.
Okay. I mean, my name is Three Trees for a reason. I'm dumb.
What's the reason?
That's it. They're very, literal people. He likes to climb these 3 trees.
Just these 3.
These 3, any other trees,
Those three.
it's a real chore. But those 3, he loves them. So I actually have a climbing speed of 20 feet. I think I have rope. I think I just took the standard packs that you get.
Right.
We'll assume I did. Anyway.
So you want to try and climb the wall?
Guys, let's go to a quieter part of the wall. And I'll just climb up and I'll throw down a rope.
Perfect.
And I just go...
Okay. Go ahead and make anybody who wishes to can make a perception check to try and find a good spot of the wall.
Ooh. I think we got this.
Okay, so 19 and a 20. You are looking in a 17. Okay. So, you are looking for a quieter spot of the wall, and you start looking, and you hear and see a person kind of like jumping up and down and waving for you. Throughout the din of the crowd trying to kind of get through the gates and the yelling of the guards, he hasn't really been able to make it to you, but you see this kind of short, blonde-haired gentleman, and he's like calling out, he's like, hey, wait a second, hey!
Do we like this guy, guys? Do we like our manager? Or
Is that who that is? Our manager?
I'm assuming.
Your manager is a gnome that you have never met in person. He always shows up to you as in like an illusory, kind of almost like a hologram, and his name is Mr. Sykes. But this is a tall, blonde-haired human.
Oh,
I don't know this guy.
I don't know him either.
Should we know him?
I don't know.
Hey man! What are you yelling for?
I'm trying to get your attention.
Stop yelling! Stop!
It's working. Yeah.
You got it.
Sorry. Yeah. And he kind of pushes through the last couple of people and was like, oh, sorry, when I saw you up there, it's really crowded.
No, I know.
But,
Trying to get it.
yeah. But you guys are, sorry.
Kind of a big deal. No, we know. Yeah.
Yeah, you're the Monstars, right?
Yeah. Man, it's pretty awesome. You want an
I
autograph?
heard you guys. Yes, actually, I'm a huge fan.
Oh, great.
And he pulls out like a notebook that he has no other signatures in it, with like a little bottle of ink and a quill, which is already getting kind of damp, and he holds out it for you guys to like holds it out for you guys to like sign.
Cool, man. And he takes it and he puts it on the ground and then spills the inkwell on the ground and steps in it and then steps on the book. Nailed it. There you go, buddy. Everyone else, you can sign it too, I guess. There you go. And he passes it around.
There's no more ink except in the mud.
the puddle.
So Thudish just kind of like walks up a good hunk of it with his claw and just like slashes across it real quick, maybe slightly too deep.
Mm-hmm. You definitely sliced a couple pages on that one.
If I just take one little cat claw and just like make it like a Nike swoosh and then keep going.
Okay.
Kind of do the same thing. Dip her claw in the mud and make an X.
Yes. Okay. My name is Aldrich. Aldrich Brewer. I have a bar. Are you guys here for the Battle of the Bards?
Yeah, man.
Awesome. Yeah. I think I can get you into the city.
Oh, well, that saves us a real pain in the ass. How do we get in?
Well, okay. So, I actually have permission because I've got like an underground passage that goes under the wall with some of my stuff. So you'll have to haul some kegs of ale, but I need a favor in order to do this for you.
What's the favor?
Yeah.
I need you to play at my tavern. I have a tavern. It's called the Rebellious Gopher. All right, and we're
name.
struggling. We're struggling right now to get people in. I opened it up recently. My family are brewers, so I've been spending my entire life like learning how to brew good ale. It's like, and he pulls out a couple of bottles. Like, you can have some if you want. I have some samples.
Yes.
Okay, so he hands anybody who wants a bottle some. So you can totally drink some delicious ale if you want to. He's actually quite good at it. It's not too bitter. It goes down smoothly. Not too much head. It's great. But he says, but I'm not good at getting people in. But if they hear your music, then I can turn it around for me. So if you're willing to like play in my inn in the tavern just for like an hour or two, then I can help you get into the city.
You guys want to do that?
I mean, how long is it gonna? Excuse me. How long is it gonna take to go through the tunnel?
Oh, not long. I'm near the city wall, so the tunnel is going to be like, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes if you guys help me carry everything.
I mean, I can't pick up a barrel. I'm fucking tiny.
Same.
So we could like do like I'll be the head. I'll be on top of the shoulders.
I
Put
can-
like a coat over us.
I can pick up 3 barrels.
We might be able to like Roll one together.
I've never been good with numbers, but I can hold stuff.
Okay, I mean, I'm sure if the two of you, and he looks over at the tabaxi and the kobold, if you work together, you could probably carry like one. Like you don't have to like disguise yourselves as Waterdeep. We got kobolds and bugbears and tabaxi all over the place. So, I mean, but yeah, just here, I'll show you where it is, and he kind of like leads you over to where a cart is, and there's 6 barrels there that he's kind of currently unloading, and there's a guard positioned at like kind of what's a sally port, that leads to like kind of a little underground tunnel.
Does it look sketchballs or does it look legit?
I mean, it looks pretty legit. There are guards there stationed at this kind of sally port, and there are other individuals kind of moving through this this underground tunnel that goes underneath the walls. So it's not just him. There are other merchants that are kind of moving their wares through here.
Okay. I mean, guys, this seems like a easy way in. So
Yeah, I'm down.
all right.
Okay. You guys pick up from the 2 weak ones. I'll need you guys both to make a strength check.
Oh boy. Natural 20.
Wow.
Okay. Nice.
Way to waste it, Mike.
Why does it say -1+1?
I do not know. Oh, -1. Okay. So
Perfect.
I love that cancels out perfectly.
Way to go.
Three
-2.
trees. 3 trees. As you are kind of carrying the barrels through this tunnel, it's a bit of a long walk, and you can see that your kobold companion is having difficulty keeping up with you. And as you get to the stairs, you have her go up first, but she slips and drops the barrel. However, in like a surge of like tabaxi feline strength, you heft the whole thing up onto your shoulder and just kind of skip the last couple of stairs up into the tavern to deposit it. And as you guys were walking through this tunnel, you can see that it breaks off into several different directions. It looks like it's just like a really subtle way for merchants and other people to kind of get in and around during times the gate might be occupied.
Okay.
As a group, you all come up into this tavern, and it's a very nice tavern. Like, it looks like it's very new, nice, solid, like oak furnishings. There's a human behind the bar, and a wide variety of alcohol. But there's literally 2 people here. But there is a large stage for you to set up on.
All right,
Wait,
then.
so we needed to perform at this tavern now?
If you, that's what Aldrich is telling you as he pops up. He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna send a sorry, those are heavy. I'm gonna send a runner out, and they're gonna tell everybody, and we're gonna open up the doors and the windows, and hopefully your music will bring people in. You know, the more people that we bring in, the more money I make. You know."
All right, I'm gonna give you some free advice right here. That's terrible. You need to like advertise for like 3 or 4 weeks before you have a performance. If you're just doing like a performance, you just advertise that day. Like only a few people are gonna hear about it. The longer you advertise, the more people are gonna hear about it. You can do hype. Do like a hype man. Get like a man that just does hype things, just shouts things. Maybe like your runner guy, right? You taking notes? You should be taking notes.
He picks up the autograph book.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
He he just flips to the very back.
You
and
got
he
this.
grabs like a thing of charcoal.
You
He's
need
like,
posters, magical stickers, special alcohol deals,
Pretty girls.
pretty girls,
pretty girl,
pretty boys. Thanks.
pretty boys,
T-shirts. Yeah, you know, sell all kinds of merchandise, hats.
hats.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you could do like a hat that has like 2 flag heads on either side, and then like some kind of straw situation that comes down to my mouth, anyone's mouth, anyone that wants that's mouth, and then you have like 2 beers at once.
Flagged hat. Okay.
Yep.
Flagged hat. Okay. Yep.
Yep, that's it. That's all I got. Guys, you got anything else to make this guy dope as hell?
Nope. Pretty ladies was all I had.
Okay.
Yes, well, while he works on that, what time was the Battle of the Bands again?
The Battle of the Bards is in 6 hours. You guys have only spent about 15 minutes getting here, so you have the better part of the day to get to your venue.
Right.
Pop-up show!
Well,
Amanda.
while you guys get set up, and I look over to the the bar? I'm assuming he's got a nice bar.
Yeah, it's like I said, this place is very it's very new. And so the bar is very nice. It has not yet had like the wear and tear that older bars get with all the dings and nicks. So yeah, it's very nice. You can easily go up to it.
While you guys get set up, I'm gonna get ready for the show, and I go and walk over to the bar.
There's a human standing behind the bar, kind of washing it down, even though it's spotless and shining. And they kind of look up at you, and they're like, "Ah, you're tall."
You're short.
Yeah, yeah, I am. How can Peter? How can I help you?
You could start by telling me what's good here. What do you have?
Everything. All of the beers and ales here are brought in specifically from Aldrich's family's brewing facility. We also have some harder alcohols and spirits, if that's what you're into, Mr. Bugbear, sir.
It's Thudish.
Thudish.
Yes. I'll take I don't know, whatever your better ale would be.
Right. 2 silvers, please. And he just kind of, and you guys should know that you currently have 128 gold pieces amongst you as a party. This is your reserves. It's like everything, all of your savings to get to this point. So you easily just pull out a couple of silver pieces if you want to pay them down.
And it looks extremely awkward because I pull out a normal-sized coin pouch, and with my ginormous bugbear fingers, I'm trying to pinch out a gold coin.
Yeah, so it's just, you have to try a couple of times. Your nails kind of slip. It's almost like a claw machine pulling it out, and you're like,
"Yep,
I know I had it. All right, put another quarter."
Just hold on. I got it. And I just like shimmy a couple out instead.
Yeah. But he takes this opportunity while you're getting the money out to pour a large flagon of ale for you, and he slides it across the counter and makes change, giving you your silver back. He goes, is that all that you need?
Oh no, I will be here for a while.
Oh, good. I'll be over there. Let me know if you need anything else.
Hey, Todd, shouldn't we be getting this for free since we're doing a favor too?
That's a good point. And I just, as I turn in the seats to, what's this guy's name again?
My guy? Oh, that guy.
No, the guy that brought us here.
Oh, Aldrich.
Aldrich.
Aldrich is kind of looking around and he goes, "Oh, me? I guess. Sure. Drinks around the house."
You'll regret that one. And he just turns back, and while you're at it, why don't you pour me another one?
Yeah. The drinks flow freely for you. What is everyone else doing while the bugbear is getting sloshed?
I'm tuning my drums.
Okay.
Wait. What does tuning your drums entail?
I was waiting for everyone.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah. Obviously, you should tune your equipment. That makes total sense. It's just him. And he just like pulls out a drum, and it's like it looks like he just takes his backpack off, and his backpack is like a drum, and then he like unscrews the top and pulls out several more drums out of the drum, and he starts like rising them up on little risers. And he's like do 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 do. And they all sound the same, right? And then he like moves them around and changes them in different positions, and nope. And he keeps configuring them into like a special configuration, and then he's like and they all sound different at one point.
I love it. All right, and what is the kobold doing?
Tess is she's kind of like stuck her face into her bag of holding in her hands, and she's like looking for a dulcimer pull out, and then she's like, found it, and then proceeding to tune and drag over a chair that's like bigger than she is, so she can.
Yeah, Three Trees walks over also with like a pint. It's too big for me. It's like bear hug it, and like he squats it down next to the bag of holding, and then he dives in almost. He doesn't dive all the way in because he knows how bad that is, so he's tried it. And he pulls out his base loot.
Okay. So you guys have your instruments set up. You've got beer for days, as well as ale. Some food has been brought out for you as well. It's just some basic stuffs to like kind of maybe offset the alcohol a little bit for the performance. And you can see as you're getting set up that Aldrich has been sending out a couple of people who go running out into the streets, and he tells them to be careful because of the riots and that they're shifting, but to get anybody in that they can. And in this kind of pre-hype, he manages to score another 3 people. So now you have a tavern of 5, a large tavern with 5 people sitting at tables as you finish setting up.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
No, go ahead, please.
So I have something, because I took the College of Glamour as a bard, which is awesome because I thought we were going to be like a glam rock band, which you kind of are. And it allows me, one of them, I forget what it is, enthralling performance, I think. That lets me like cast command, and then another one lets me like lure people in with charisma checks, I think.
Let's see. College of Glamour.
These are from either the Sword Coast book or
Yeah, it'll be in Xanathar's. Let's see.
You can attempt. I could put it in chat.
Oh, thank you.
Well, spin it. You can perform to inspire wonder into your audience, singing or reciting a poem. Okay.
Okay, within 60 feet, we've watched up to your charisma modifier, minimum 1. Okay. If you would like to, what would you like to do to them?
I just want people to, like, I want us to like kind of set up like a pre-show, if you will, and that's what, just trying to lure people in that way.
Okay, so you're kind of like you're warming up the audience for the main act with your
and like trying to get people to come in from outside because there's a lot of people.
What is your spell save DC?
That says 15 on the
so. Okay, and what's your charisma modifier?
Charisma 4.
Okay, so we're gonna roll 40-20. Let's see. So -1. Yeah, they are 4 people in the audience are just kind of completely charmed as you're playing the lute. They start kind of swaying and dancing, like, yeah, this is music I can dance to. I love it.
And then they start making love.
And then they start making love. But they're kind of looking at each other like, we gotta tell everyone about this. Yeah, okay, come on. And then those 4 people sprint out of the tavern, leaving just one person with a mung's like, I don't think it was that good. Just chugging his ale. But within the next 10 minutes or so, there's now 20 people in the tavern. Like, they've brought friends, and people are ordering drinks, and it's starting to get like this bustling atmosphere. And the runners are bringing like more and more people that are trying to get out of the rain. If you guys are ready for the show, I'll need you guys to make performance checks, each one of you, and tell me what you're doing, and kind of describe how you're playing this song.
Oh no, I've done better. I have a different thing I could try later.
So I am going to, let me see here. Yeah, cool. This is concentration, I think? Prestidigitation? Is it concentration? No, it's not.
You can have up to 3 effects.
Cool.
At once.
Cool. So I am going to. So so I assume like the lights are down low, right? I mean they're fire, so I mean there's only so much you can do. Like the oil lanterns are turned down, so like very little wick in the room. And I am gonna start like playing the drums, like to lead in with the drums. Let me roll performance here for you. Kabow. 19. Cool. So yeah, I'm gonna lead in with some drums are gonna start coming out, and then during the drum intro, I am going to cast a series of spells. I'm gonna like, and then I cast fairy fire and like just purple glitter and glow, so it's like explode out of the drums, and then once every other person comes on and starts playing their instrument, I like can hit the drums and I cast prestidigitation and just sparks fly out from the drums in the direction of that person. So yeah, it's like do, and then like the fucking purple fairy fire comes over and the crowd glitters now. It's basically a glitter bomb. And then everyone else leads in with whatever they're doing to come in and look dope.
Yeah, I think the reason I don't roll, I didn't roll well. So I think the reason being is like the bassist and the drummist have a very strong interconnection, and I wasn't ready for it.
Yeah.
And then with all the magic on top of it, I really wasn't ready for it. I wasn't expecting the big show.
You get cat eyes. You're like, oh shit.
Oh, it'll get even better. So while he's doing all that, I'll use my minor illusion to make it look like we're rising out from the stage as this is happening.
Yes.
And as he's doing the drums, Thudish starts doing like the general introductions of things, like talking, who's on the drums, who's on the, the different instruments. And then, as that goes on and as the drums keep going, he slowly starts going into like, we are the Monstars, and then we start jamming out on our first song.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those like, we got 3 trees! Sparks fly. That's awesome. I like it. What about Tess?
Tess is kind of almost standing on the chair she pulled onto the stage to have her dulcimer on, and she scrambles up, she stands on the back of it, she kind of goes ah! And she'll almost like lean over and start playing, and as she's doing that, she will she'll use prestidigitation, or however you say it, and then the light, the candlelight around the room will kind of flicker and go.
Okay, so because of your awesome descriptions, I'm giving you guys retroactively advantage, so your rolls ended up being higher than they would have been. And you create this amazing, basically magical laser light show with glitter and sparks and effects everywhere as you begin to do your first set. And as you go, you see that your music permeates the room, and actually the windows and doors get opened up, and people start coming in from outside, and money starts getting like kind of thrown up towards you as people are like calling out, it's like, yeah, and everyone's dancing. You've got Aldrich, who's in the back with the bartender, just pouring drinks as fast as he can, and with the intensity, the world kind of fades away for a moment, and for the first time in your career, you have one of the largest audiences that you've ever had, and everything kind of dims for a moment, and like, this is the dream, and then it comes back into reality, and you're playing and you finish your first song, and then your second and your third, and you get through the entire like 1 hour set that you promised Aldrich, and the tavern is packed at this point. It's standing room only, no chairs, people wet, people injured from the riots out in the streets, and you have a total of 50 gold pieces just kind of thrown up on the stage, and the people are calling out your name, chanting "Monstars, Monstars, Monstars." Yeah, if you play anymore, they might start rioting just from the sheer awesome metal of your dulcimer, bass flutes, harmonica, and drums.
Yep. It's perfect. Yeah, so we rock their effing socks off, I think. So what?
Mm-hmm.
We came to rock, and we did that. We broke hearts and melted faces. Or melted faces and broke hearts.
Yes.
Broke pieces and melted hearts?
Yep.
Yes, you did. And Aldrich, you can see, is kind of motioning for you guys, like, through the crowds, like, waving you to a back room, if you would like to meet with him.
Yeah. I think once the set's over and everyone's all like, oh my god, you guys are the best! And we're signing autographs and whatever, and taking free shots of, I don't know, barley wheat. And we head back there, or at least Chief Thunderskins does.
Yeah, Thudish would have ended the set with something like, yeah, we'll be here for the next 20 minutes, and then we're off to the Battle of the Bards. And then he just, tries to entice a lot of the crowd to meet us there later.
Tell your friends, we're awesome.
Tess is just screaming, going, "Ah!"
And then we follow to the back.
Sweet. Yeah, so we head back over there.
Okay, yeah. And you can see that Aldrich is like sweating. It's like, oh, thank you so much. I made more money in an hour than I made in 2 months. Thank you guys so much. Since you did so great, and brought so many people in, I want to return the favor. And he like lifts up a trap door, and he says, the streets, they're not really safe right now with the riots. They've kind of gone from like these, like a celebration of our victory over the Neverwinter Nights to like now people are looting in the streets. When the runners are coming back and telling me that some people have been taken to the temples, so it's getting really rough out there. I've got kind of, there's a network for merchants that runs underneath the city, these tunnels, and I've got a friend that runs another inn, another tavern called the, sorry, 1 second, I'll look it up, the Grumpy Cobra. His name is Zax, and he's a half orc. It's a bit of a rougher place, but it'll get you closer to where you're going for the battle. But he'll be able to help you more there. You'll be closer either way, but you might be able to work something out with him, to help him for him to help you get to the rest of the way. This is as far as I can get you.
So we can either do this or take our chances in the streets.
Yeah, basically. I don't know what's going to be like out there for you guys. The riots, Waterdeep's a pretty accepting place, but there are some kind of pro-human groups that are out there that are.
We've been here for about what, an hour, 2 hours?
A little over an hour. I'd say about an hour and a half. But I mean, you're not the only non-humans that live in the city. Kenku get it pretty rough here too. So if those groups are kind of using the riots as a means to kind of move around undercover, it would definitely be safer for you guys to move through the merchant tunnels.
I mean, I leave it up to you guys.
I'm sorry, what was that, Tess?
I don't want to get stepped on.
Well, I mean, the two, Mike, you're muted.
I can go in the tunnels.
Tunnels? All right, fine.
All right then. Tunnels it is.
So why don't we give this guy like something dope? What if every time we're in Waterdeep, we play a pop-up here at whatever this place is called, and then we get like 50% of door and 25% of bar sales.
I mean, that sounds good to me.
Perfect. He sticks his hand out.
He uses both of his hands to shake your one. And they're still tiny in your massive minotaur mitt.
Yeah. Now, if we just do this every bar we go to, we just play the circuit of Waterdeep, we'll be loaded. Yeah.
I like how our band is like a contrast in height. It's like two giant and two really small.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm tough.
The toughest.
I'm wiry.
Yeah.
But yeah, so for Tess and for Three Trees, the tunnels are spacious and large, but for Thuddish and especially for Chief Thunderskins, you kind of have to squeeze in a little bit. You're basically kind of walking in crouches.
Yeah.
These were designed for humans and not larger creatures. The trip, you're given basic instructions. You go straight, take a left at the third turn, and then take an immediate right. The trip is uneventful. You don't actually see anybody else down here. There are ever-burning torches on the walls. But you can see that like these tunnels are well used, and somebody comes through and keeps them clean. You do see like kind of occasionally like occasional like stashes of mercantile goods, mercantile, I should say, underneath like trap doors that appear to lead to various shops around the city. Are you guys going to follow the directions you're given, or are you going to go off and explore?
I think we're on like a time frame, right? So
Yeah, you have another 4.5 hours before the battle starts.
Yeah. I mean, guys, we don't know if this guy's going to make us play a performance show to use his passage in through his bars, so maybe we should just get there real quick. Set some sitch,
yeah,
then move on.
maybe if we get there quicker, we can play a pop up real quick, and then
Yeah.
get the same deal with the other guy.
Exactly. Fuck our manager. What's he doing?
Nothing.
Yeah.
I never even seen that guy.
No.
And it's true, you've only seen him as illusory holograms.
Yeah.
You've never seen him in person.
Maybe he's not even real.
Hopefully he's a devil, because that'd be metal as shit.
That would be pretty metal.
Okay, yeah. So you guys go straight there, and you reach the tunnel widens out a little bit, and you reach a trapdoor with a ladder. Standing in front of it is a cloaked humanoid figure with kind of like a lower half face mask, and they're wearing like a yellow cloak over them, and they've got like kind of like a symbol of a snake on their chest clothing, kind of like iconography. And then from what you can see, you kind of see like some pointy ears sticking out from like the side, and you think there might be an elf. And they just kind of hold up a hand. They go, "Halt! Who goes there?"
Man, that jacket's super rad.
Is that members only?
Yes, something like that.
Is there like a store I could buy a rad snake jacket?
I'm sure you could order one custom, or you could.
Where'd you get that one?
It was given to me by my leader, my boss.
Oh,
Are you guys the tunnel snakes?
No, but that's a super cool name.
That is a pretty cool name. It's a pretty metal name.
Yeah.
So
I'll keep it in mind.
if I go talk to your leader, he's gonna give me a rad jacket.
I mean, I don't think that's how it works. Why are you here?
Oh, some little dude told us to use this passage to some other big dude's place because there's bad guys outside.
Where's
What?
the monsters?
Monsters? I mean, you're monsters, but
No, like a super rad rock band, my dude.
Monsters.
Oh, so you've heard of us? Great. This will make it easier. We'll just be on our way then.
Fucking, God damn it, Ryan.
We're kind of a big deal, you see.
Yeah.
I'm just a little deal.
one second. Let me go talk to the manager.
All right,
And then
cool.
just the elf scampers up the ladder and through the
Aldrich
trapdoor.
sent us.
Pauses when he hears that, and then continues up. You guys wait around for just like a couple of minutes, and then you hear like a thumping, and the trap door opens, and you hear a voice from above you. All right, come on up.
All right.
Uh,
So,
Thunder, I'm gonna need you to make a strength check to kind of squeeze through this trap door.
sure.
It's not. Unfortunately, you're a bit larger than Thuddish, so it's a little tight with the horns and the. 13 is enough.
It's even better. We ascend in order of our size too, so it's just the smallest. And we just keep
So the
getting
largest-
bigger and bigger.
I love it. So you get up and you kind of get up to your midsection, and like the hooves and your hips are kind of like a little stuck, but you give it a good heave ho. Luckily, you didn't skip arm day, so you just poof, pop on out. And you see you are now in a tavern that is older and much more dingy.
Oh, Mike, the reason you have a 2+1, or I have a 2+1, and you had a -1+1, is because you have Jack of all trades.
That's what, I thought of that after the fact.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. It's older and far dingier than Aldrich's was. Where Aldrich's everything was new, nice and clean. You can see a faint layer of grime here on in this tavern. Tables are dented, the bar is dented, everything's like cheaper wood, still hardwoods, but not nearly as nice or as expensive. And everyone around here are all wearing the same yellow kind of cloak with the same kind of snake insignias on their chests, and they're all kind of drinking and staring at you. And you can see standing up next to you with his arms crossed is this imposing, well, not necessarily imposing to both Thuddish and Thunder, this tall 6-foot half-orc who's got like one tusk missing and one is kind of extra large. Like, so Aldrich sent you, huh?
Yeah, I said it was cool if we use this place.
Use it for what?
It's a tunnel, man. To walk through it.
Yeah, that's.
What else? What else do you do with tunnels?
They're meant for merchants, not vagrants. Who are you?
We're like merchants. We provide a service for money,
Right,
or for
Our
favors
band.
in this case.
right.
Who the hell are you? And why did Aldrich send you to me?
No,
We're the Monstars.
he didn't send us to you. He doesn't really give a shit about you. He said we could use this place and come up in your place and then leave.
Monstars. Oh, you're that band he won't shut up about.
Yeah.
Ever since he saw you over in Daggerford, he's been chattering my ear off.
Right, because we're the best.
Pretty good.
Are you? You're not in that Bard battle that's happening in a couple of hours, are you?
Yeah.
See, another one that's heard of us. Great.
You remember that service that he said we provided? Well, the service is to rock your fucking socks off.
That's gonna be hard since I don't wear socks.
We'll rock your pants right off your body.
First, we're gonna put the socks on you, and then we're gonna rock them off with our music.
Yeah. I can rock socks on just as hard as I can rock socks off.
All right. All right. I'd like to see this sock rocking on music that you have.
Okay.
I don't know what rock music is, but I'll make you a deal.
Yeah.
The city watch is arresting it in this area. It's arresting anyone that's out right now. If you're not indoors, you're getting arrested and sent to jail. The underground arena that the Bard thing is happening at, it's not too far from here. And I have an underground tunnel that can lead you there.
Were we just in it?
No. That's the city's tunnels. These are my personal tunnels where I move my own goods. And he kind of gives you like a toothy grin. And he goes, but as you can see, it's boring as shit in here.
I can see that.
Our entertainers for the night got arrested on their way in. So, you rock my socks on, maybe I let you use my tunnels, and you don't have to worry about getting arrested by the guard.
Okay. Guys, can we rock some socks on and possibly back off?
I mean, I don't wear socks either, but I assume so.
What are socks?
Exactly. Something meant to be rocked off. Or on.
Yeah.
Or both?
Yeah, we don't wear them because we're always rocking them off.
Exactly.
It's costly.
Yeah.
You know how many pair of socks I used to go through? Like 4.
That was it.
So a lot.
After that, we just couldn't get them anymore.
I saw him do something else with his sock. It wasn't pleasant, though.
Stand up by itself, though, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, so he shows you the stage, which is much smaller than Aldrich's was, and much more grungy. And you can see that unlike Aldrich's, which had like all of this kind of architecture that was meant to make everything open, you can see like support beams kind of go through the middle of the room. So it's like, you can't see everybody very clearly. And everyone, they're back to their drinks and they're talking, but like I said, everyone is wearing basically the same clothes. And you can tell that even though they're talking amongst themselves, there are many eyes watching you with a lot of scrutiny. It seems that you stumbled into some kind of group or organization in their private tavern. So if you would like to, you can make performance checks to try and rock their socks on, and you'll need to tell me what you do and how you do it.
No.
I love that with a natural 1.
Like, could you
still
be
have a-
better?
But it's still 11 as a natural one. So.
Could you be goddamn better?
I am good at it, Mike. Shut up.
Okay.
I'm gonna so hold on a second here. I'm gonna before we start playing, I'm gonna cast a spell on 3 trees here. So I'm gonna use enhance ability on you. So you have
Thank
you have advantage with charisma saving throws. I give you the Eagle's Splendor.
I'll let you go ahead and re-roll that.
Okay.
Actually, advantage is already in, so you have a 21.
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
go with the 21 because it's a nice high number.
Sweet.
And then what do we have?
And then
for...
Skins is gonna do some rolling here. Ba-bow! 13, nailing it.
Okay. So, tell me, is this show exactly the same as the last one you played, or are you trying something new? Are you changing up the game?
I think we need to go darker for this one. This is an underground organization, you know.
Yeah. Hey, you got to play the arena.
Yeah, I
not
think we're
just
gonna
the
play
show,
this
you
on
know?
Animal
So
Control, you know.
Yep.
Got go to the pound.
Like
Don't do
buckets
that.
and going to the pound. That's the dark side because he's a tabaxi.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I call this next song Animal Catcher.
Pest control.
yeah. So do we go just darker with this one, or how to...
Yeah.
Well, you already have a brutish voice, so just like get more stomachy with it.
Yeah,
Guttural.
do that one.
Oh,
Do that. Yeah. Cool. And then what I'm gonna do is ready. I'm gonna do this. He starts playing the drums, and then all the lights go out, like all the candles go out, and then use prestidigitation to turn off all the candles.
Okay.
To turn down
So
the
all-
candles. So the whole room is
Uh,
plunged into darkness to be our dark, broody metal.
Okay.
Perfect.
This causes some minor like, huh, what the fuck? And you hear like the distinctive shink of swords being drawn and like crossbows being like loaded. What do you do next once the darkness-
Somebody do something with a serpent. They like serpents or some shit, right?
Oh, I got this. And so I use minor illusion to create this fog effect, and then like the shadow of a giant serpent kind of within it.
Perfect.
And then
Okay.
I cast dancing lights to help be like a little strobe show.
Yeah. Dope.
And
Okay.
I'm gonna use that thing again,
Yep.
and yeah, just make, add to the strobe lights and more colors and almost like a black light effect.
Okay. Yeah. No. So.
Although that might be gross. I don't know.
Yeah.
So you plunge everything into darkness. You hear the what the hell, and the sound of swords being drawn, and then you hear we are the monsters, and you slam the drums, just a ton 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 ton, and fog fills the room as this massive shadow serpent rises into the air, and people kind of like stop, taken aback by it. But slowly they begin to realize as the laser lights and strobes begin flashing from the different prestidigitations, that this is part of the show, and people kind of like calm down a little bit. And then the guttural growling comes in. It's like, I am a snake! I shed my skin because of my sorrows! Darkness consumes me and my soul.
I like how you went with snakes. I went immediately to like war pigs from Black Sabbath.
But like you do a little bit on top of the song, and before too long, you see that the guys in cloaks are fighting each other, but they're not. It's like a controlled barroom brawl that's happening. You've essentially created a mosh,
Perfect.
like a whole tavern mosh. And as your like hour and a half or so of playing ends, and you get done with this kind of impromptu set that you've kind of adjusted to be darker for this audience, you see people like chanting your name again, but covered in bruises and their clothing cut and cuts and bloodied, and noses like cracked to the side. And ale is being passed around, and you make. I need to roll for this one. You make 10 platinum, so 100 gold pieces, just kind of thrown up in various amounts up to you throughout the course of the show. People just monsters, monsters, monsters. And it's like you hear somebody scream, it's like, I love you, Thunderskins. And somebody else is like,
have like a loincloth get thrown on the stage.
yes.
It's one of the Cobra jackets.
Marry me, Tess!
One of the
I'll be
jackets.
your eternal servant, Dodash. In 3 trees, like somebody throws you a fish.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
I catch it with my mouth.
While playing
Like a
still.
rose. Yeah.
While playing.
Yeah, so things are beginning to calm down, and the half-orc pops up to you, and you can see he's smiling from ear to ear. It's like, I didn't know what to expect from you, but that was awesome.
The best time ever, I know.
Yeah. You know, anytime you want to play, the Zentarum is willing and ready.
Can you? Alright, look, I made a deal with the last guy. You want me to make the same deal with you?
What deal's that?
Alright, anytime we come to Waterdeep, we'll play a show here. We get 75% of the door and 50% of the bar sales. And you throw in 4 super rad snake jackets.
And he snaps his fingers, and you see somebody bring you 4, like, for the smaller of you, they're a little too big, and for the larger of you, they're just a little too small. But you get 4 snake jackets brought out to you.
Super rad.
We'll work out the details later, but I think you have a show to get to. And he motions again with another snap, and somebody else opens up a door that leads off to a side room. He's like, "Just follow my man, and he'll get you to the arena."
Awesome.
Snake jackets.
Wait, his name's my man? That is awesome.
That is a great name.
What's up, my man?
Actually, it's Myman. My name is Myman. Everybody just calls me my man.
Far less cool. Just go by accept it and go by my man.
My man.
Yeah.
My man.
Much
my
more
man.
metal.
My man.
Regional
Way better.
pronunciations are kind of weird.
He kind of goes up for a high five. He's like, yeah. Okay, follow me this way.
I want to say I knock him over with the high five.
Easy enough. This guy is scrawny. You can see that he's the kind of guy that like a strong breeze will knock him over. So you actually make him tumble back a couple of feet. But he pops up easily enough and is like, ha ha ha. Okay, let's go. And he leads you into a side room and a side passage and down a trapdoor into much dirtier tunnels. These ones are not nearly as nicely carved, but they are larger. So you don't have to crouch as much. They appear to have been natural caves at some point in time. And as you're kind of walking, you can see all kinds of strange arcane sigils on the walls, and different skeletal bones in some parts. And you can hear sounds in the distance like monsters chittering and chattering. And you think you hear an explosion off in the distance.
Guys, can we talk about firing our manager? Like,
I wasn't wrong.
no shit. I'm just saying random numbers, and they're like, "Yeah, man, it's not that hard. It's pretty great."
Yeah. Sounds good to me, man.
Just like,
What do you think, my man?
I think we should be quiet while we walk through Undermountain.
all right.
I'm sorry, I just don't want to get eaten.
Debbie Downer. Jeez.
Yeah. Way to do what the man tells you.
I mean, I'm not really hungry right now. We weren't really planning on eating you or anything.
Great joke. And so
We
he kind
normally
of.
don't eat people who've watched us play. Normally.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good.
Did you
to know.
boo us?
No, I thought you were great.
All right, then you're fine.
Yeah, you can see he's sweating profusely as he's walking you through it. It's not hot down here at all. So he leads you to a trapdoor through after kind of having you pause and disabling a series of traps that are laid out there, and he explains to you that these traps tend to spring up every now and again. But they don't place them; they just show up here in this part of Undermountain that they use as a basically as kind of like a trade passage. And that the reason he's having you be quiet is because monsters do kind of roam these parts, and they never know exactly what is down here. But soon enough, you are brought to another trapdoor and ladder combination, much larger this time. And as you come up through it, he kind of waves goodbye to you and then sprints off on his own, pulling his hood up. You are greeted by a large crowd of people with musical instruments, kind of like chilling and hanging out in like some kind of weird raiding room. And you see, as you're kind of looking around, a familiar face. You've not seen him in person, but you see a rock gnome with a shock of pink hair and sunglasses on his face, and he goes, "Hey, Mustars! I wasn't sure you were gonna make it. What took you so long, babies?"
We had a big discussion about firing you.
"Oh, no, babies! You don't want to fire me. I'm Sam Sykes. I'm your manager. Babies. I got you all the gigs you've ever had."
Yeah, but we just got ourselves 2 that paid a lot of money, like
Okay.
back to back. They were pretty great.
And we don't have to pay you for those.
Yeah.
'Cause you didn't make those deals.
Okay, wait, hang on, babies. We have an agreement. I get a cut. I get a cut of everything. If you want to, I appreciate
Now,
the.
if you want about getting cuts, we can talk about getting cuts.
No, not that kind of cut, babies. Not that kind of cuts. But if you wanna go out on your own and start
Probably
making some stuff, like
cut you in
show some
half.
initiative, I appreciate that. But who got you this? Gig? This is Battle of the Bards. You wouldn't have had this without your baby, Sam Syke. Come on, babies. It's fine. Come on,
I mean,
bring it in. Bring it in. He's holding his hands out for his arms out. He's like, for like a hug. He's like he's gonna hug
Jess
them.
keeps backing up because he's a gnome. She doesn't like gnomes.
Nobody likes them.
nobody likes gnomes.
Nobody likes them.
So, yeah, I think you might be fired.
Okay, no.
Yeah.
Let's see how the battle goes, and then we'll make that decision.
Okay. All right, that makes sense.
Well, okay. Well, you guys are gonna be up soon, so get your preparations in order.
Yeah.
Get your stuff. But just you don't want to fire me. I mean, who got you this gig? I got you this gig, babies. We're here. We're at the Battle of the Bards. You win this, we go to the open Lord of Waterdeep's castle. We play a huge show. We're famous. All right, and I can get you better numbers than what you got from any of those fools that you think probably got some high numbers. I'll get you some better numbers. Who's gonna take care of the merchandising? You want to take care of the merchandising? You want to print out the T-shirts?
I got these rad snake jackets for everybody. Now we have matching snake jackets.
Whoa,
And we can actually
baby.
make them fit us.
Yeah.
I don't know if you got those, but that's not the vibe we're going for here. We're going for mean and tough. What's with the snakes? That wasn't part of the.
Snakes are super mean and tough. Like, snakes are metal as hell.
Yeah. share
They
their
help
skin.
represent the monsters.
Yeah. It's basically like snakes, dragons. Like, what's the...
They're like
All right,
baby
fine. What if I got you some jackets with some sick dragons on them? What about that, huh?
for free.
It'd be like having
Got
my
it.
face on a jacket. That's just weird.
No, it's not. I do that in real life. It's okay.
No. You need to get us jackets that have our pictures riding the dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
What
it.
if I get you a wagon, like your own traveling wagon, and I get an artist to paint you guys on dragons on the wagon?
Yes. Like, I want a picture of me making a dragon my bitch.
Done. It's
Interpret
yours. It's
that
yours, baby.
however you want.
That's the most metal thing I've ever heard.
Maybe Thud and Thunders are spit roasting this thing, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know why you want to eat a dragon, or why you would want to do it via rotisserie. That'd be a huge
Why?
fire.
I know. How rad would that
Up in
be?
the ante.
But all right, babies, look. I'm gonna get you a wagon. I'm gonna get you the artist. I'm gonna get you that wagon art, that sick wagon art on
Yeah.
that wagon. It's gonna be the most metal thing in the entire world. Rock and roll lives. You guys are up in like 15 minutes. It's gonna be amazing. Go kill them, babies, and we're gonna be rich and famous.
What about, you know those wagons that have, like, the wizard who's, like, doing rad stuff? What if it's a wizard, but I gored it with my horns?
Whatever you want. You win this Battle of the Bards, and it's yours. All right. And he's just kind of walking into the crowd and fading away.
Gore wizard.
Gore wizard.
So I am ready to destroy these bards.
It's just like looks around.
Battle Royale.
Yeah.
As you say that, you're up in kind of like an observation area, and you can see down below you that there are two groups of bards down competing, and as they are playing their song, they are assaulting each other with spells and blades. That this Battle of the Bards is very much a battle of the bards, and one of these teams comes out victorious, and the other one comes out not quite as alive as they once were. It seems this is a battle of the bards to the death.
Dope.
Sounds awesome.
All right, what would you guys like to do to prepare for this this to the death musical battle?
Be rad. Nonstop.
Okay.
Yeah.
You easily enough.
Perfect.
You just exude an aura of radness.
That's perfect. That's what I wanted. That's all
In
I
fact,
gotta do.
your own pair of sunglasses just materialize on your
Yeah.
face.
Thudish fucking does the minor illusion of sunglasses on everyone.
Tess, what would you like to do to prepare for your round?
Well, seeing that, definitely double checking the armor first.
Okay.
Double checking her armor. And
Easily done.
tuning her dulcimer and her pan flute if required.
All right. And 3 trees. Anything in particular that you wanted to do?
He is gonna go. He's gonna do the sunglass thing, but he's rolling a cigarette. And he's gonna have that in his mouth for the show.
Okay. Because cigarettes make you look cool. Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Sure.
They call me Tabaxi Joe.
How long were you waiting for that?
2 seconds.
And Thuddish.
Probably having a few drinks.
Okay. There isn't an open bar, but you can probably scare a couple of people into giving you your wineskins with your size.
Sure.
You're like, okay. So you have a couple of wineskins with, mediocre wine, but it's alcohol. It gets you moving. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw for all the all the booze you've been swinging down.
Sure. I'm good at these things. Constitution saving throw.
That's enough. Your bugbear Constitution allows you to kind of just keep the party rolling all night.
Yeah. A
And
lot of
before
extra
long,
fatty layers that helps absorb it all. Just all that bugbear, whatever.
hey, those are necessary for the harmonica and the secondary drums. So,
Exactly.
before too long, you hear an announcer call out the name. Next up, we have the final match of the evening: the Monstars versus Main Event. And as you guys are kind of ushered out into this massive open pit, sand-floored arena with stone walls, you can see in almost like a Roman Colosseum-esque thing, you can see stands of viewers just kind of rising up into the air to your side. And they're filled with people that are kind of chanting out different names. There's pillars around you with various flags and iconography, and what there appears to be some kind of lord and nobility up in their own box seats watching the match. And coming out from the other side, you see a half elf, a gnome, a half orc, and a dragonborn, all walking out in these really slick, fancy kind of clothes, tight-fitting shirts. Those that have the hair kind of slipped up. Let's see, the half orc and the gnome and the half elf all have their hair short and spiked up with frosted tips. And they come out and they're moving in in synchronicity, and doing these kind of weird dance moves. And it's we are Main Event, and we are here to slay these beasts. And then that's from the gnome, who's kind of standing forward, and the other 4 kind of behind them doing this kind of NSYNC backup dancer thing. It appears you have been sent up against a boy band.
Super uncalled for.
You were muted, Tess.
Yeah. It was, what the fuck are these guys?
They're a bunch of girls.
Hey.
But
But these are boys.
do we fight them? I think
They
I
kick their ass.
think we just kill them.
I mean,
They're not wearing armor though.
No, I know.
Never mind.
do we just start playing?
He doesn't
How-
have-
How do we start this?
He doesn't have pants on.
It's just occurred to me we've never been a part of a battle of the Bards before. What do we do?
What do they have? What are they? Are they just coming and snapping at us like they're the sharks and the jets?
Actually, yeah, they are kind of snapping at you, like the sharks and the jets. So they kind of move up to like about 40 feet away from you or so, and then they pull out their instruments, and you hear an announcer up from the top. So, let the match commence. And then they begin playing, and you can see spells are being cast. Go ahead and roll initiative for me.
Sure.
22.16. All right.
If you go to the gear and there should be a thing that says add Dex tiebreaker to initiative, uncheck that.
Gotcha.
Okay. So, 1 second here. Book 2. 14. So, 20 to 25.
There'll be
Three trees.
3, and then. Let's see. All right, 15 and 20?
18.
18. Okay, so Tess. Arbok. All right, and 10 to 15?
Foodish and
Yeah, I got a 10.
I got a 12.
You got 12. So, Thunder. Then we've got Chapel and Gilroy. All right, 3 trees. You are first in the initiative. What would you like to do? They're about 40 feet away from you, and they are kind of making very clear aggressive actions.
Like they're trying to fight us? Like that? kind of-
Yeah, it looks like the spells that they're getting ready to cast. One of them, Chapel, is pulling out like a morning star, like he's gonna beat you guys. Chapel being the half elf, he's wearing. You can see underneath he's got some kind of mithril chainmail underneath his fancy clothes.
So what are they holding in their hands? We have one guy holding stars, right?
He's got a morning star, which is like a big,
Right.
like
Spiked
mace with spiked mace. One of them's got a lute. One of them's got a pan flute, and the other one's got like a rapier. That would be, I believe, Dragonborn that has the rapier.
Okay. So as I like whip out the base loot, I want to like give the horns, right? Can't do it. Give them the horns, and then point them at the Morningstar dude, and cast heat metal.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
But there's more information in the card, so I'm gonna turn that to a card real quick and shoot that out.
so it's a DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
If it's an attack one, there should be an option to add the details to it.
That's what I thought was already in there.
Yeah, it depends on how it's set up, though.
Choose a manufactured metal object, such as a metal weapon or suit of armor. You cause that to glow red hot. Any creature in physical contact with it takes 2d8 fire damage until the spell ends. If a creature is holding a weapon and takes the damage from it, the creature must succeed a Constitution saving throw or drop the object if they can.
Okay, cool. So go ahead and roll your 2d8 fire damage. You can see that Chapel's eyes like widen as the morning star heats up in his hands, but he manages to keep a firm grasp on it. The smell of sizzling half-elf flesh reaching your ears.
So that actually rolled as part of the spell. It's a 6.
6 damage. Okay. Up.
But he does make the Constitution saving throw.
Yes. So he's still got it in his hands. So is that all you're doing?
That was my main thing. That's all I could think of for now, so I will pass my turn.
Okay, so the next person in line is the half-orc by the name of Lox. Seeing this, he is going to... Wait a moment while the DM pulls up his character sheet.
So would he still technically have disadvantage on the attacks, even though he succeeded the Constitution? That's a little confusing in that description.
So is heat metal concentration?
I don't believe it is.
So, okay, so I'm going to say that he doesn't because it's not a continuing effect. Right? Did I read that right?
Yeah, so you make a Constitution saving throw, and you drop the weapon. And if you choose not to drop the weapon, you instead have disadvantage on attacks.
Okay, I
Gotcha.
see it now.
Okay,
So it is
that
a
makes more
continuing
sense.
effect. Gotcha.
Yeah, so
All right,
he.
so yeah.
It is concentration.
Yeah,
Okay. So yeah, because you can do that
But
as
he-
a bonus action.
but he succeeded, so he's fine.
If he's still holding it, I'm gonna say he's gonna have disadvantage on attacks, since you can still keep dealing the damage to him
That makes sense.
until he wises up and drops it. Lox is going to first. He's the one that's got the loot, and he kind of strums a note, and he goes, "Chapel, I believe in you," and grants inspiration to his half-elf companion, and then he's gonna run forward. And he's going to cast Thunder Wave, affecting. See, it's 15. That's going to affect, amusingly, Thunderskins, Tess, and Thuddish. So I need you guys to make a DC 14 Constitution saving throw.
Nope. Not happening.
Okay, amusingly, the kobold is the one that is able to prevent being pushed away. You only take 5 damage. The rest of you take 10 and are pushed back 10 feet. As he just runs up and he just takes one of the strings and slams it with a thumb, causing the sonic blast to roar out. Tess, it's actually your turn. What would you like to do in response?
Okay, I am going to pull out my dulcimer, start just absolutely shredding on it, and cast Fear on the gnome. You said there was a gnome, right?
Yes, there's a gnome.
Okay.
So that is a 13 saving throw. Unfortunately, he just makes it as you cast your spell, incanting the words. You watch as he's kind of like, I'm not falling for that one, you tricksy kobold. Would you like to use your bonus action for anything, or your movement?
I will give an inspiration to whoever's next. I think that was
That'd be Thudis is the next person on your team next.
to
All right,
Thuddish.
what do you say or do to inspire Thuddish?
I'm next.
basically just like kick their ass.
Oh, okay, sorry, Thunder is next, and then it's Thuddish. My bad.
That's all right.
Okay, so the Thunderskin, kick their ass.
Awesome. You get a what are you at, a D6 inspiration?
D8. D8.
D8 inspiration die.
Okay.
Next in the initiative order, however, is the Dragonborn with the rapier Narbox. He comes charging forward but can't make the full 40 feet, and will cast. Let's see. Sorry, 1 second. Hypnotic Pattern. Let's see. That's a 30-foot cube, so it's going to affect Tess, Three Trees, and Thuddish. You guys need to make a.
Wait, didn't I
Wisdom-
get pushed back last time?
Oh, you did. So it's only going to affect. It's 30-foot cube. Here, I'm going to say it's to affect Three Trees and Tess. So you guys need to make a Wisdom saving throw and beat a DC of 14.
And you should both have advantage on it.
Yeah, so you guys both make it.
Sweet.
You watch as these glowing, swirling lights come from his hands. He starts waving them, trying to entice you into his spell. But this is some glowy light bullshit. You guys are metal. You're the Monstars. You're not gonna fall for this shit.
Goddamn right we are.
Thunder, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Be rad as a full action. No, I will. How far away are all of them?
see, everyone but the cleric and the gnome have kind of moved forward. So the dragonborn and the half orc are about from you 20 feet, and the others are 50 feet away.
Okay. Yeah. So I start like just going ham on the drums, and the wooden boards of the stage here begin to crack and splay underneath the the dragonborn and the other guy, their feet, as roots and vines begin to pull up as I cast Entangle on those guys. So they need to make a strength save or a strength check. No, wait, what is it? No, they're just fucked. On their turn, they can make a strength save to break free.
Okay, awesome. And just so I know, what's that save DC?
14.
14 on their turn. Okay, awesome. Would you like to do anything with your movement or bonus?
No, I'm gonna stay where I am, and I'm gonna toss one of my bardic inspirations over to Thudish.
Awesome. Thudish, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I forget what is the bardic inspiration? End up
So mine does slightly different. Mine does you can add a d6 to an attack roll. It can add it to your defense, like your AC, and you can also add it to any save, attack, damage, basically any of your rolls.
Okay.
Because I'm a Valor Bard.
Awesome. So I. Yeah. There are a couple that are within a 10-foot. It's a cube.
Yeah,
A
the
10-foot radius sphere.
10-foot radius. Narbok and Lox, the Dragonborn and Half-Orc, that are currently restrained by the Entangle, are within a 10-foot radius sphere of each other.
Awesome. So I will throw out a shatter onto them.
Nice. Can you go ahead and post that up for me so I can read it real fast? All right. It takes a Constitution saving throw, so let's see if they can make it for half damage.
They got to beat a 15.
Beat a 15. So that's one failure, and then that's for Lox. Let me get Narbok up here. Wow. And one success. So the Dragonborn is going to take half damage, but you watch as the half-orc is just kind of blasted.
With the bardic inspiration, I can add damage to that. Is that how that works?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, please do.
And it's a 1d6.
Yep. Oh, and it's a 1d8.
1d8. So I guess 17 damage overall.
And then half as much for the other guy.
And also, it affects any non-magical object that isn't being worn or carried. That also takes damage.
Okay.
I don't know, like their stage or something.
Yeah. You guys are on like together a large wooden platform over a sand pit, basically. So the ground underneath them is kind of like starting to crack and shatter the boards. 1 second while I do some quick maths, which I'm not the goodest at. By in case you're gonna tell me by saying goodest. 3. Okay. That brings us to the half-elf chapel. And Gilroy, the gnome. The half-elf is going to move 30 feet closer to you guys. He's still 10 feet away from Tess and 20 feet from the rest of you. And he's going to cast Guiding Bolt at Thunder. Does that hit your armor class?
8 does not, and that 1 does not hit me.
Oh, sorry. I'm popping through the screen.
It's all good.
All right, so yeah, that one, it zings past you as he lets out a song note that's very off key. He does not have the same vocal capabilities that the rest of these people have, and he kind of swears. And then Gilroy is going to move up as well and take a shot with his short bow at Thudish. 17 hit you.
Oh yeah, I'm real easy to hit. I'm just a
Okay, you
big
take
target.
7. You take 7 piercing damage.
Ouch, guys.
And we are at the top of the initiative order with 3 trees.
So how does the rest of the band look?
I'm a little banged up.
A little banged up. I'm okay though.
Okay. How do they look? Are they looking like pretty snarky, or are they keeping their boy band composure?
Obviously, you've managed to. I apologize for my dog. He's usually quiet.
It's all good.
They're obviously taking a couple of hits, and they're not quite as composed as they were before, but they're still pretty cocky and cocksure about their position.
Okay. I'm going to give them the Tabaxi Special. This is a move that these guys might have seen once or twice in the past. I'm going to just lay down, somewhat aggressively, the base loot. I'm going to walk in between us and them. I'm going to turn around, face my band, and give them a bow. And then I'm going to cast Stinking Cloud.
Okay, the
Perfect.
20-foot radius sphere will be able to get all over them.
Sweet.
This you obscured. Constitution. This point at the start of its turn, let's make a Constitution saving throw against poison.
Yep.
all
So
right.
15.
All right. Do you do anything with your bonus movement?
My bonus action, as a bonus action, you delete, yeah. So as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Bardic Inspiration on who's next, but it doesn't really matter who's next. I'll give it to Thuddish because he's been taking a beating for us, so I'm going to give it to Thuddish. So he has one of my Bardic Inspirations.
Now, what kind of bard were you?
Glamour.
Okay. So you don't. There's no AC or damage for that one, Ryan.
Right, it's just a normal 1d8 or whatever we are at our
Yeah,
level.
it's normal D8 for attack roll, saving throw, or skill check.
Yep. Any d20 roll, basically.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. So you get that inspiration, and Lox is up next. He has to make a Constitution saving throw versus 15, and fails. He spends his turn retching and coughing. Just, oh, did that Tabaxi? Just retching, and you hear the sounds of vomiting coming from within the cloud as he throws up. Tess, it is your turn.
I'm still going bananas on my dulcimer there, but I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers.
Nice.
Yeah. One, come on, there it is. I guess I'll go for the gnome again
Because
I
you hit
don't like
gnomes.
gnomes. Yeah.
Okay. Then is that a wisdom saving throw for half damage?
I'm not sure.
I can bring up the player's handbook real fast.
Sorry.
Was it Dissonant Whispers?
Yeah. Hang on, sure. 1 second. Commune, create undead. Dispel magic. Dissonant Whispers. You whisper a discordant melody that only one creature of your choice within range can hear. Wisdom saving throw. Okay, I'll save it takes.
3d6 psychic.
Yeah.
And must immediately use its reaction.
On a successful save, the target takes half as much damage. It doesn't have to move away. Okay, so wisdom saving throw against 13. Hush puppy. Yeah, he just barely makes it. So he takes half damage. So half of 15.
And he moves away too, doesn't he?
No, he doesn't have to move away, unfortunately.
Out of his saves.
Okay.
But you can see he's not happy. He hears the little kobold chittering whispers. Is like, your mother was a hamster. Just
It's not the elderberry.
your father smelled the elderberries and your brother. I ate your father. And just kind of shakes them off, calling out to his friends to kill you. The Dragonborn attempts to escape the vines that are restraining him, and rolls a natural 20, succeeding. He rips himself out and then closes the distance with you 3 trees, and is going to attack you.
It is an action to break free, by the way.
Oh, it is an action. Okay, so he's not going to attack you, but he closes the distance.
Yep.
So he's now up on you, just kind of glaring. That brings us to Thunder. What would you like to do?
All right. Which of their guys looks the most hurt?
That would be the gnome.
And how far away is he?
He moved up towards you, so he's currently in the stinking cloud at about, from you, 30 feet.
Okay. And that stinking cloud affects everyone in it, right? So if I run up all up in there, I'm getting
You could get 10 feet closer before that cloud would envelop you.
balls.
Which is right where... oh, you know what? Norbach would... Hang on one second. Would have had to roll a Constitution saving throw real fast. No, okay, so never mind. He does not break out of the entangle. The Dragonborn is still inside of the stinking cloud, retching and vomiting, tangled up and stuff. So you're totally clear, 3 trees.
Okay. So who's the closest guy?
That would probably be either Norbach or Luck, the half-orc or the Dragonborn.
Okay. How close are they?
From you, 10 feet.
Okay.
But they are in the stinking cloud.
Damn it. Is everyone in the stinking cloud?
All of the opposing band is in the cloud.
Balls. Okay. Then I don't do any of the things I was going to do. Instead, I do...
Do something better.
Yeah, I don't have anything better. They're all in a cloud. Fuck.
Don't blow away the cloud. That's all.
I don't have the ability to blow away the cloud either. Yeah, I'm gonna do some vicious mockery on the. What do you say? The gnome was the one that looked the most injured. Yeah,
Wait,
I'm gonna.
did we all take vicious mockery?
You get it as a bard cantrip.
Probably,
Like
yeah.
it's
Yeah, no, it's one of the ones you can choose from. But
Yeah.
did we all choose it?
I
Probably.
didn't take it. No.
Oh, okay, 3 out of 4.
I took Hideous Laughter level 1 though.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Oh yeah, I took that one too.
Yeah, so vicious mockery, DC 14 save.
He makes it, unfortunately, so he takes no damage.
Balls.
And your mocking words. Apparently, your insults just are not able to bite into this poor gnome.
Fucking gnome.
He's too busy throwing up.
He's too busy. He's too busy vomiting. Thuddish, it is your turn.
Excellent. They're in the cloud. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna aim for. So how many of them are in the cloud? 2 of them.
4. All 4 of them are in the
All
cloud.
4 of them are in the cloud. All right.
Can you
20
go
foot
more
radius.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna do some Tasha's hideous laughter on the cleric.
Oh wow. Okay. Let's see. Wisdom saving throw for the cleric.
So got to beat a 15.
Fails. You hear from the retching inside the cloud just a. And you see the cleric fall down, the half elf.
And like the whole time, like my spell is just me making some form of crude jokes and gestures at the fact that they're choking in this cloud and like whatever. I'm just like making whatever remarks about it.
Okay, so you're just making just dirty jokes the whole time.
Pretty much.
Gotcha. All right. So let's see. That's a Constitution saving throw to see if can overcome the cloud. Does overcome the cloud. Wisdom for Tasha's does not overcome Tasha's hideous laughter. So it's the cleric is completely beside themselves, laughing inside this cloud of poison gas.
Prone too.
Completely prone, just rolling on the floor, laughing, rolling on the floor, loving it. Sorry. Go over to the gnome, who is going to try and see if he can get out of this cloud. No, the gnome spends his turn retching, unable to move. Is this cloud concentration? How long does it last? I should ask.
My little fart cloud,
Up to 1 minute.
up to 1 minute. Yep.
Okay, but you can dispel it whenever you want.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, so yeah, we come back up to 3 trees. It's your turn. You've basically, between you, Thuddish, and Thunder, you have prevented these individuals from being able to do anything this turn.
So, top of the initiative again?
Yes.
Okay.
Tess is just sounding awesome. She's not doing much, but
Yeah, this thing is like I used the SRD to copy all the spells over, but it doesn't tell me whether or not they're concentrations. I have to look them up. But at any rate,
It should say if you use the SRD to slide it into your character sheet, on your character sheet, it should say a little C in a circle next to
right,
it.
it didn't do that for heat metal, and I looked that one up, and it did have concentration.
Oh, balls.
Yeah, it's a little bit annoying. Let me look that up real quick because the noises. It is a concentration up to 1 minute, so that basically means I can't cast other spells, or I can't cast other spells with concentration.
You can't cast other
Other
concentration spells.
What you said.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Or it
but it's been a while
dispels
since it's been a while since I played a magic caster. Okay.
Yeah, so like your heat metal went away.
Right, which only lasted for a little bit and it failed. So I'm going to cast Shatter, which I believe is not a concentration spell.
It's not.
Okay. I'm going to drop a Shatter on them.
Okay. Yeah, with them grouped up now, you can actually hit all of them. Let's see. What kind of saving throw is that for them?
Constitution?
Constitution saving throw.
Okay. So,
DC 15.
DC 15. So that's the half orc succeeds, the gnome fails, the dragonborn fails, and the half elf succeeds. So that's 9 damage. Sorry, I'm just going and updating everything.
Mike, how do you shatter? Or 3 trees, how do you shatter?
Yeah, what does it look like?
You know, I wasn't ready for this question, but I just imagine like he just does like the sun gods. Does the little circles, and then moves his hand out as if he was like conjured up a big Christmas ornament, and then drops it.
What a random thing to say.
Those things shatter, man. If those things fall,
Yeah, no, I get you.
yeah.
Weirdly, after the shatter spell concludes, you see little bits of like tinkling on the stage, almost as though broken pieces of glass are all over the place before they just kind of fade away. But the second shatter spell is enough to break the part of the stage and force them to make dexterity saving throws or fall down. Okay, so that's a failure for the half orc, success for the gnome, and a failure and a failure. The stage is a little bit up. It's about 15 feet up in the air that you've been battling on. So they're going to take 2d6 falling damage. And then they'll spend their... But they do come out of the cloud, unfortunately, when they fall.
So even better though. So the cleric who's doing all this laughing here, he really can't do anything.
Yeah, so they take 3 points of falling damage, and the gnome is the only one left up, still kind of trapped in this cloud. Let's see, 1 second. The half-orc will spend his turn getting back up onto the stage at a different part. You can hear him kind of like rustling around down underneath the stage, and he pops back up over the side, and it brings us to Tess.
So actually, before the end of my turn, I'm not actually going to affect combat or anything, but I am going to run to Tess's bag of holding, and I only have a bonus action left, so I'm going to whatever I can do with that, which is basically I'm trying to find my broom of flying, which I'm sure we store in her bag of holding.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess my bonus action is me opening and starting the search, but I'm sure next turn is when I can pull that out.
No, it's a bag of holding, so I'll say you can reach in and pull it out.
Okay, cool. Yep, so that's it. I'll grab that, and I don't know if I can mount that as a free action or not.
You'll have to do it next turn, but you have it in your hand for next one.
Yep, perfect. That's my turn.
Okay, so Tess, what would you like to do? You see the half orc pop up on another part of the stage.
Okay. So they're within 60 feet, right?
Yes, easily.
So
Well, yeah, within 60 feet. Though
Okay,
2 of them you can't see.
okay. How far? It was the half orc that was climbing back up onto the stage.
Yes, he is about 30 feet from you.
Okay. How far are the half orc and the gnome away from each other?
I would say probably about 30 feet. In a triangle.
Okay. I'm going to. I'm gonna cast pyrotechnics.
Okay.
Center it, and instead of fireworks, it'll be smoke. So, to centered on the gnome.
Okay.
Um,
Do you have a card for that one?
yeah. Oh,
I just need to know what it does. That's all. Is it just smoke?
Let's see. Do.
No.
So, thick black smoke spreads out from the target in a 20-foot radius, moving around corners. The area of the smoke is heavily obscured.
It requires a. There's no fire here, unfortunately, for you to use the spell.
Okay.
There is a. You are on a wooden stage. If you wanted to light it on fire this turn and then do smoke next turn,
Okay.
you easily
Okay.
do that.
Never mind then. I won't do that. Sorry. I'll cast Thunderwave.
Okay. On the gnome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, the half orc.
The half orc.
Haven't been doing so well with the gnome, so I'll cast it at level 2.
Okay, so that's going to be 3d8, right? Yeah. And that's a Constitution saving throw. 19, so he's going to take half damage and he won't be pushed back by it. But how much damage do you deal?
I do not know. Give me a sec.
And that she'll be up after the Dragonborn. So it should be 3d8, right?
If on a failed save, creature takes
Half damage. So
Yeah.
he's still going to take damage, so you just have to roll 3d8.
creature takes on a failed save. Creature takes 2d8.
Well, but you cast it at level 2, right?
Yes. So
So it
damage
takes-
increases by 1d8 for each level slot above first.
Yeah, so just roll 3d8 for me real fast.
Okay.
All right, 15 divided by 2. Awesome. You strike him with this thunder wave using one of your claws to kind of pull a kung fu hustle and just with your dulcimer just throw it out, and it strikes him in the chest, but he's just holds firm and fast. The Dragonborn will spend his turn getting out from underneath and up on top of the stage on the opposite side of the half-orc, trying now to surround you. Thunder, rather. What do you do?
I look up the rules for shoving. Because I can do that. Where the hell is shove? I know it's there somewhere. Ready, search, shove. God damn it. Control F, shove. There we go. Knock it prone and push away from you. You make little attacks, blah, blah. You make a strength athletic throw versus their athletics or dexterity. Okay, dope. Cool. So, I got some cool abilities. So, the half-orc is in the stinky cloud still?
No, he is on the side of the stage now, about 30 feet away from you.
Okay. But
He
he's...
fell through when the last Shire spell tore open the stage. He fell down onto the sand pit, and he spent his turn getting back up.
Okay. Yeah, so I have Goring Rush. On a dash action, make a melee attack that ends with horns as a bonus action. And I can do Hammering Horns, which lets me knock them down. So I'm going to charge at this guy with my horns. I'm going to dash, horn attack, and then attempt to knock his ass down.
Do you yell hammer time when you do it?
I do. I yell hammer time. You're right. I do that. Absolutely. So I'm going to make an attack here. This would be R 1d20 plus 4. Because it's proficiency. So I'm going to attack the orc.
Okay.
Fucking 9.
You have inspiration still.
You're right. I do have inspiration still. 1d6. Let's see here. So 13?
Yes, 13 is more than enough to hit.
Dope.
He has an AC of 10.
Dope. So 1d10. Nope. 1d10 plus 2. So he takes 9 damage.
Okay.
And then
did you knock him down?
yeah, I'm gonna make a strength check, and then he needs to make either an opposed strength. He needs to make either an opposed strength check, or I'm sorry, no, he needs to make acrobatics or athletics. So I'm gonna make an athletics to smash this guy.
Oh yeah, you smash this guy.
Yeah, so I basically shove him, which moves him 5 feet. So I just bash into him and knock him off of back into the hole.
Okay, let's see. He takes 2d6 points of falling damage. And that is enough. You shove him down, and you watch as he falls to 15 feet, and you hear a sickening crack as his back breaks. And the half-orc is dead.
Yeah, and he just like stomps on the ground and says, "That's the monster jam!" And then he turns angrily towards the gnome.
Thaddish, it is your turn.
Okay, and the gnome is close to us.
The gnome is the only one that is still on the stage and is in the stinking cloud.
He's in the stinking cloud. Okay.
Yes.
All right, we're gonna do some vicious mockery on him then.
Okay. Okay, so it's a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw. Fails. All right, so he takes 6 psychic damage.
And has disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn.
Okay. What cutting words do you say to this gnome that finally sink in?
I start to, because he's the only one left on the stage. I start insulting him in terms of abandoning his bandmates. It's all for one for all type of thing, and they all took the fall, and he's sitting there, rising above them, looking down upon them, blah blah blah. Like, I'm just making them really feel like crap about it.
So this is like a real WWE, like Stone Cold Steve Austin, like monologue that you're going for right here.
Yeah.
All right, I dig it. That takes us to Chapel, who needs to make a Wisdom saving throw against Tasha's hideous laughter, even though he fell on the ground, because he's below the stage, currently laughing his ass off. And breaks free. Unable, I believe that's at the end of his turn. So that brings us to Gilroy, who's going to make a Constitution saving throw. What was your saving throw? 3 trees?
15.
15. So he's still retching and stuck in the cloud, unable to do anything. That takes us to the top of the initiative order, which is you.
Sweet. So I'm going to mount that broom.
Mm-hmm.
And that lets me fly for 50 feet. So what kind of action does it take to mount the broom? Bonus? Or
I'd say it's just a bonus action to get on the broom.
Cool. And then, so if I remember correctly, there's all but one person who's on the sand pit underneath us, right?
Yeah.
No, Narbok, the Dragonborn, is also on the stage, on the right-hand side. He's on the very edge of it. He just managed to climb up.
Okay.
Yeah, one guy's unconscious in the sand, and one guy's down there dying of laughter on the sand.
Okay. So the guy that I still see choking on my my cologne, I'd like to fly to him. And I believe this is also not a concentration spell. I could be totally wrong. It is. Never mind. Why is that not checking off? Shoot.
Tess, you are on deck.
So, instead, I'm just going to fly at the guy and just rake his face with a dagger.
Are you ending the cloud before you go in, or are you just diving in?
Oh shit, that's going to hit me too.
No, it's not. So the way the cloud works, I look to make sure. Only if you start your turn in the cloud. So if you can zoom in, hit the guy, and keep going, if you have enough movement speed.
That was my plan.
Yeah.
But, okay, I forgot if it was like as you enter or if you leave.
It's only when you start your turn in there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm just clarifying. So
Okay, so no, I'm gonna leave my my stank up there. I'm gonna fly in, give a stab to the guy still choking. 'Cause the other guy's not choking, right? The other guy made the save.
There's only one guy in the smoke.
there's only one guy in the cloud right now, and that's the gnome. But you do hit him. So go ahead and roll your damage.
8 piercing damage.
8 piercing damage.
And then, and I'm gonna fly out. I'll even accept a attack of opportunity if he can.
He can't. He can't take reactions because of the poison.
That's what I thought, but he's been a little bit rusty on the rules. So.
I think. Don't you have extra attack? Or is that just Valor Bards?
That's not from my side.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the
I'm
Valor
less
ones.
combat-y.
Awesome. Yeah, you go in and you swipe at him and deal a massive amount of damage. You can see that in the brief moment there that he is covered in blood now. Just the various bits of wounds, and that like he's still retching, but nothing is coming up. Then you zip out with a deep breath of fresh air. Tess, what would you like to do?
I will unmute myself first. I'm going to How's the gnome looking?
The gnome is on his last legs.
How about the dragonborn? That's her.
Also looking very rough.
I will. Let's do what I thought it was. I will try for dissonant whispers again on the dragonborn.
Okay. That's a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, DC 13.
Up, up. And it makes it, unfortunately. It takes half the damage and doesn't have to run away. Your kobold whispers chitter in his ear again. It's like, my skills are prettier than yours. You're ugly. Blah, 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 blah. Just, but unfortunately, they're just not able to. His draconic pride prevents him from being swayed. Let's see, half of 9, 3, 4. All right, it is his turn, and in response, he rushes up to you. 1 second. What was his ancestry? It's bronze. Sorry, 1 second. My apologies. And takes a deep breath in and lets out a 30-foot line of fire. It's going to hit the kobolds and Thuddish. I need you both to make a dexterity saving throw. The DC is 11 and 12.
And don't we have a thing that can distract these guys? Cutting words. When you see a creature that within 60 feet makes an attack roll, an ability check, or a damage roll, you can use your reaction to expend a bardic inspiration, roll its dice, subtracting the number roll. Oh, okay, so I could reduce the damage.
You could reduce the damage, yeah.
Counter charm wouldn't work on this, eh?
No, he's using a breath weapon, basically. That's part of his like working.
Yeah,
He's going to be rolling 2d6 points of fire damage.
Cutter
I'll,
charm is
um,
just advantage.
I'll use some cutting words against him.
What am I rolling?
Okay, so dexterity saving throws from both you and Thuddish. The DC is 12.
Cool.
Okay, so
Okay, so roll your d8 for cutting words. All right, so you guys would have taken 4 points of damage, but because of your cutting words and your mean insults to his draconic heritage, the flames just kind of harmlessly
it just heals us 1 point instead.
just kind of you see that he starts with like so much like pride and anger and desire to win, and then your cutting insults come in and he's just like, and as opposed to like a breath weapon, it's more of like a little like a,
So,
a breath
hold on.
sigh. A sigh
As soon as he goes, he's like, and he's right about to do it. And I'm like, you're doing that wrong.
Oh.
What?
and it just
Chokes
flops
on it.
around. It's more like a fire loogie than a line. That brings us to Thunder. What would you like to do?
Continue being awesome. So I think how far away is the half orc? I mean the dragonborn rather.
The Dragonborn is right up next to Tess, so about 10 feet away from you.
Okay, so I'm at the hole, so I'm closer to the gnome, I think, right?
Yeah, you're closer to the gnome.
Okay, cool. So that's plenty of movement speed. Yeah, I'm gonna walk right up to the gnome, in this stinky ass cloud, and I'm gonna hit him with the horns. He's gonna get the horns.
Okay. Make your charge attack.
Not a charge, just whacking him with the horns, just a regular attack. So yeah, he's getting a smash with the horns, 17 to hit,
Yes, that 100% hits.
and then 6 horn damage.
You gore the gnome on
Cool.
your horns.
Yeah, so he walks over, sees the gnome choking, and just sort of like head bashes him, and the gnome just eats it, and then he walks out of the sticky cloud and up to the dragonborn, and I'm gonna use my extra attack because I am a valid bard, and do it again on dragon biatch.
What you don't notice is that the gnome is still stuck on your horns.
That's perfect. Perfect.
14 will hit the dragonborn
Even better. For 3 damage.
for 3 damage. Yeah, the dragonborn is somewhat saved by the somewhat softened impact of the gnome being on your horns. It just kind of throws off your punch, and then the gnome goes flying. But you can see that he is still very injured.
Perfect.
And on his last legs.
And then as a bonus action, I'm going to make sure that headbutt knocks his ass down. So I'm going to do shove, 21, so you can roll acrobatics or athletics to beat a 21, and if not, he is knocked prone.
And he is now prone
Yeah.
on the ground.
So I basically walk up behind him after he just sadly spit out some fire, and I just head bash the back of his head, and he just falls down on the ground.
All right, Thaddeus, it's your turn. How would you like to follow? Oh wait, no, wait. Yeah, Thaddeus, it's your turn. How would you like to follow up this massive headbutt?
By walking up to this guy who's now prone, placing my hand on the back of his skull, and using vampiric touch.
Okay.
Yeah, because Bard level 6s get 2 spells from any other class.
Yep.
All right. Is that a touch attack?
Oh, are you kidding me?
You had advantage too. That's terrible.
Double nat ones. That is
Wow.
my luck.
You
That is completely my luck.
you reach down to touch him. He's in your grasp, and then he just rolls over onto his stomach, and you grasp the wood, draining the life from it. Unfortunately, wood doesn't give you a whole lot of HP back. Unfortunately, you still hear the laughter of the cleric down below, who's going to make another Wisdom saving throw against 15 and succeeds, using the rest of his turn to just kind of stand up below you guys. It comes back to the top of the initiative order with 3 trees. The dragonborn is still prone.
Sorry, somehow the stream got unmuted. So anyway, I'm still flying around. Man, who looks like they're about to fall? Is there only one guy left?
The laughy guy downstairs, he just woke up, and the dragonborn is laying down about to get killed.
I'm gonna go for the laughy boy. Because I think Thuddish is taking care of the dragonborn, right?
Yeah, one of us will.
Roll me a acrobatics check real fast to get down into the underground. Easily enough. You maneuver your broom down using its fly speed, and you're in the bottom half of the stage underneath. You can see the cleric just kind of looking around like, guys?
I would like to cast Mantle of Majesty. At 6th level, you gain the ability to cloak yourself in Fey magic that makes others want to serve you. As a bonus action, I can cast Command without expending a spell slot, and I can take on an appearance of unearthly beauty for 1 minute or until concentration ends. Concentrating on as if I were.
Yeah. So the stink cloud will go away, but you can do this
That's
easily.
fine. I think we've gotten its use out of it. Any creature charmed by you automatically fails its saving throw. Okay, so I'm going to be Sex Panther. I'm going to come down here, and I'm just going to be a nice, short, tall, handsome Sex Panther.
All right. So you're gonna Sex Panther. Let me look at command real fast.
And then I'll
He starts literally catcalling.
And I tell him to grovel.
Grovel. Okay. And that is a wisdom saving throw against 15.
Yep.
He succeeds, unfortunately. And he just looks at you and goes, "I'm not into cats, man. That's weird. Stop it."
You don't know you're into it yet.
Tess, it's your turn.
Okay, so Thud's got the half, or no, the Dragonborn?
Yeah, there's Thud and Thunder are both on, basically on top of the Dragonborn.
Okay. I will cast Fear on the Paladin. Or the Cleric dude downstairs.
Okay, so you're gonna poke your head down and try and cast Fear?
Yeah, just kind of lean over the edge and...
Okay. Unfortunately, your fear does not take effect, and you're just kind of like,
Damn it.
you're not scary, little kobold. Do you do anything with your bonus action?
Let's see. I want to cast Friends on him.
Okay, that will give you. Actually, that won't work because he's hostile
No.
towards you.
Okay, well, fine. No, that's it.
Sorry.
No, that's
Um,
okay.
So, Norbach, the Dragonborn, stands up and is going to attack you, Thunder, and is using his longsword. Sorry, I thought it was right here. It's a longsword. And hits you with the 22, I'm assuming.
That hits.
And you take 8 points of slashing damage.
Oh, you know what? Actually, you know what? I lied. That doesn't hit. Get wrecked. I'm going to use... I have an AC of 17. I'm going to use shield.
Oh, damn. Okay, yeah. The blow would have connected, but you just kind of laugh, and that laughter booms out into a shield that deflects his sword away. And he's just kind of looking at the sword and back at you and at the sword and like, oh, shit. And it's actually your turn.
Cool. I am going to... yeah, I'm just going to gore this guy. He's getting the horns. Mess with the bull, you get the horns. That's how it works.
Right.
So the first attack fails, and the second attack is a 22.
That 100% hits. Roll damage.
Cool. 12 damage.
How do you want to do this?
So he like swings his sword at me, and I laugh it off, and then I like kind of shake my head at him, and he like moves out of the way, and then I bash him in the head. I'm like, get wrecked, and I hit him in the face, and he just goes down like a sack of scaly potatoes.
Yeah, you hear something snap inside of him, and he just drops to the ground like instantly. Thuddish, it's your turn.
All right. So let's see. It's just the cleric left, and he's down in the pit.
Yes.
How far down's the pit? 15 feet?
15 feet, but with a successful acrobatics check, you can easily make it without getting hurt. They took falling damage because they were not like trying to land because they were falling on their backs and such.
Yeah. Yeah, it's alright. I'm just gonna drop, yeah, we'll drop a shatter down there.
All right.
Three trees is down there.
Is he?
Mhm.
Did you actually went down there?
I'm flying though, so.
I will say that you can position it because it's a radius thing. You can position the center in such a way that you don't hit three trees. You'll destroy more of the stage, but who cares, right? It's all for the show.
It's even more rad if you destroy more of the stage. People love that shit.
No, that's okay though. I'll switch it up to Dissonant Whispers then.
Okay.
And we're actually going to cast that at level 3.
Oh damn. So
Because, level 1 didn't do crap anyway. Of course. This guy's, like,
sorry.
freaking amazing.
He's making all the wisdom saving throws. So 17. That's actually enough, believe it or not. You kill the cleric. You see him like fighting off the sounds of your insults, which are just really kind of, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. No, let me show you how to do it. I can do it better than you. You're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. He starts
Hey.
clawing at his ears.
What,
And
what,
then
what are you doing in the sand? What are you doing down there? Hey, you're a cleric, right? You know your team's dead, right? You're not a very good cleric. Yeah, that's right. Keep rolling around in that sand. That's where you belong.
Just the most monotone insults and dissonant whispers in the entire world. And he just claws at his ears until blood starts kind of showing up, and then he just collapses in the dirt. And you hear the audience from all around you screaming, "Monsters! Monsters! Monsters!" And from above, you see a tiefling man with a billowing cape float down from the ceiling. And he goes, "Our champions, the Monsters, have defeated the reigning supreme main event. They are the Battle of the Bards champions!"
And to kind of add to the hype, I'll use my mass healing word, and it kind of gives us this nice little glowing aura
Nice.
as it slowly heals everyone for just 6 points.
Nice. Everyone is up applauding and yelling your name and chanting. And as you stand there receiving your applause from everyone, we cut back, the camera pans away and cuts to the manager, Sykes, who's just sitting in a booth with his fingers tapping together, and he goes, "Yes, that's good, babies. With this, we're going to be rich. And you watch as like little trails of smoke kind of emanate from his form as he kind of transforms in the box into a massive horned devil. Rock and roll is going to be the way that I get the kids' souls, and you're going to be my servants.
No, he's definitely fired.
Yep. and that's where we end with the Battle of the Bards. Congratulations. You win.
Hell yeah, that was dope. I had fun with that.
There was a lot of ways that could have gone. I'll post it on Twitter, but like I had a whole slew of variable pathways that you guys could have taken.
Hell yeah.
Not
That is pretty rad. I enjoyed that. So let's go around, do our introductions, hear what you guys thought about this game, and then throw a host over to one of our friends. We'll start with Bag of Snails. Bag of Snails, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what did you think of the Battle of the Bards?
I'm Bag of Snails on Twitch, and Bag of Snails on Twitter, just with underscores in between of and bag, and it's with underscores. Every Wednesday I do a Scion role-playing game called Anti-Heroes with Felon Marcy Vallon and Colin Velpedict and Kristen Avery from over at the Phantom Roll Booth. Thursdays I'm on the Phantom Roll Booth in a Star Wars campaign, and Sundays I'm on Laura Lania's channel for Shadow of the Demon King.
Nice. Tia is awesome. We'll jump over. So what do you think of this one-shot, by the way?
Oh, sorry. Yes, I always forget the second half. No, it was great. I had a lot of fun. You guys were awesome.
Hell yeah.
I apologize. My dog normally doesn't bark during streams,
Yeah,
and
it's
today he's just being a bad boy.
It's
I
all right.
think all said.
Yeah. Sweet. Let's jump over to Amanda Getton. Amanda, who are you? Where can we find you? And what did you think of this one-shot?
Hey, I'm Amanda Getton. You can find me on Twitter at Amanda Getton, and pretty much everywhere else at Amanda Getton. I think on Twitch is the only place that I'm not. But no, it was super fun. Like I said, I'm super new to D&D, but yeah, no, this was a lot of fun, and yeah.
Awesome. Let's jump over to Ryan. Ryan, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what did you think of this one-shot?
I'm Ryan, aka Rydom. Find me at Rydom88 on Twitter. Find me in our Discord. I help to organize our Sunday community nights. We just finished up a Lord of the Rings trilogy over the last couple of weeks. So if you want to be a part of that, jump into our Discord and keep an eye out this weekend. I thought this was great. I don't get to really play Bards, like, ever. I don't know why. There's just so many DMs that seem to be so against Bard characters in their campaigns. I don't understand why. I had fun just messing around with the Bard, having just diving into the different aspects that they have a little bit, and just getting a general understanding of them. But also just not pick all combat related things. Like I actually had a lot of like charm related spells and like minor illusions and things like that. Just because I thought we would have been putting on more of a performance. But part of me kind of thought like maybe I should have 1 or 2 attack spells.
Yep.
But yeah, it's a good time. I liked it.
Hell yeah. And we'll jump over to last, but definitely least. Mike, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what did you think of this one shot?
So I'm Mike, the Anonymous Rhino. I was playing Three Trees, the Tabaxi. I definitely liked playing a bard. I did the Culture Glamour, which I think came from Xanthar's. But it was all about charming. So that's where I had the mantle. I had a lot of other charming things I wanted to do, but everything was concentration, and my fart cloud was doing so well. But I definitely like it. I might even, next D&D campaign I play, I'll probably play Bard, because I've always wanted to try it out.
Yep. Bards are super dope, as long as you have a good party to support a Bard. Hell yeah. Cool, guys, this was our 12-hour stream. We did 12 hours of tabletop games. It was a blast. We hit our goal. That pushes us over almost close to 6,500. Yeah, that's the number. For the year. We'll definitely crush that next month. So earlier today, we announced the fact that we are doing Atari Twilight, starring the anonymous rhinoceros right here, Mr. Bitters from earlier games, KW Frags, myself, and one Miss the Great Haley. So that's going to be on Monday nights in September to December. We have 2 other games to announce, so stick around and hear some of those games as I announce them next week. I will be at Gen Con, so if you're at Gen Con, hit me up on Twitter, message me, say hi. We'll do a meetup, we'll take pictures, it'll be fun. Yeah, it's going to be dope. So next week we have 1 game on Tuesday. We have our Myth Dawn one-shot series going on, and then we have the season finale, the series finale, in fact, of 1620 Metropolis. And then that's it for the week. I'll be headed to Gen Con, and then for the month of August, there will be, unfortunately, sad story, no streams. However, check out our YouTube. There's a shit ton. There's at least 12, if not more, videos coming out on YouTube in the month of August. And stay glued to the Twitter. There will be a giveaway for one of these super dope dice cases, custom logo on there from the wonderful artisan makers over at Elderwood Academy. That's going to be a great time. And with that, guys, this concludes our 11 hours and 41 minutes, Mike. 12-hour stream. And we're going to go send some hot, sticky raid love over to the amazing Scraticus, because they are doing some D&D Academy, I believe. A one-shot called Into the Woods. So go over there, send all your raid love to Scraticus, and yeah, that's it, man. Well, let's do you guys. Bye-bye. Thank you so